Broken computer. Alright guys, this is why I haven't been posting anything for the past, I don't really know how long. I'm filming this today. I probably won't upload it for, I don't even know how long it'll be until I have a working computer, so you guys will just have to bear with me. And I'll try to put out a few videos this next week to try to compensate for not having a working computer. But yeah, this is why. In other news, well, some good news is I just got this box right here. I opened up already, but I'll show you guys what it is. Give me a second. New lifting belt. Been waiting for this for a few weeks now. That lever in there actually is not, it didn't come with the belt. It's in the box because I was screwing around with it. I'll explain that a little bit later. But here we go, my new belt. This is not an Inzer. I know it looks like an Inzer, but this is actually a Crain belt. Crain, I'll put a link in the description or something. It's basically the exact same thing as an Inzer, but there's a few more options. I know Inzers only come in, I think, small, medium, large, XL, or whatever. When you order from Crain, you actually give them your waist size, and your belt is cut exactly to your waist size. Obviously, you have different holes to adjust it if you get fat or skinny. And Crain, I think, has a little bit of a better color selection. But the same deal as with Inzer is if you order kind of a strange color, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for your belt to get made. But overall, it didn't take too long. I think it only took like, I want to say 3 weeks. But I know that Marcus, if you've seen him in some other videos, he ordered a Crain belt from, or he also ordered a Crain belt. He got his in blue, and I'm pretty sure he got his within a week, so that's pretty quick. But mine, they didn't have red in stock, or they didn't have red leather on hand or whatever, so I had to wait a little bit longer. But yeah, this isn't going to be so much of a review. Sorry. This isn't going to be so much of a review as it is, I kind of wanted to show you guys how I break my belt in, or how I broke it in, because I've had this belt for, I think, like a day and a half now, and I've gotten it broken into the point that I'll probably be able to use it tomorrow for deadlifts. But yeah, let me show you guys what I did. Let me just say that when you first get your belt, it's not going to look like this and be all flexible. It's going to be pretty stiff, almost like a really thick piece of cardboard, or maybe even like wood. It's pretty damn stiff when you first get it. So what I recommend is, first, I know a lot of people do this the same way. You might just want to roll it up like this on top of itself. So you're going to roll it all the way this way over itself, just like that. Let it come back out, flip it over, and then roll it back the other way. You know, and then you're just going to do this, you're going to do this a bunch of times. I'm not really going to give you a number, you can do it however many times you want. But once you finish, or once you do that for a while and it's like not as stiff as you first got it, what I recommend, what most people probably don't do, is instead of rolling it, you want to kind of just fold it over this way and press down with a little bit of weight, then move it up an inch, do the same thing, and continue doing that all the way through the length of the belt. And the reason I think this works better and is faster for helping your belt break in is because you get a tighter bend along the entire length of the belt than you would if you had just rolled it. So yeah, you're going to do this all the way along the entire length of the belt this way, and then same thing on the other side, do it that way as well. So one other thing that I do, or that I did, is last night I rolled my belt up as tight as I can get it rolled, and then I used a knee wrap. You guys can use whatever you have. You have like an elastic mobility band, or rope, or I don't know, you could probably even use like duct tape if you wanted to. But I just wrapped this around here, then tied it off, and it kept my belt in this sort of tight coil, and I left it like that overnight, and then for part of the day today, when I was out of my room, I left it wrapped the other way around. I think that helped a little bit as well, but the biggest thing I'd say is probably folding it over. Yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention is if you look here on this side where you have your holes for your lever to go into, so you have your lever right here. Your lever is going to go into these holes right there, and it's going to kind of hook in there. The problem is, if you look at your lever on this end, it actually has like a little hook on that part, and the holes here on the inside, well, on either side, because they're freshly cut, the holes are, or the edges of the hole is pretty sharp and sort of squared off. So what tends to happen is when you first use your belt, or And I made this mistake, or I learned this the hard way. I bolted my lever onto my belt, and I strapped myself in. And then when I released the lever, it was on here pretty good, and the lever was actually stuck in those holes, so I couldn't get out of my belt for quite some time. So one thing I recommend that you guys do is, when you first get your belt, check out these holes right here, and you might want to get a screwdriver or whatever you have, something like that. I use a screwdriver because I'm in my dorm, that's all I really had, and shove it in there and kind of just move it around in a circle that way to sort of round out the edges of that hole, and do that in all four of them. Just kind of, I think it stretches the holes out a little bit, and it also sort of rounds out the edge, like the top surface right there, or the bottom surface on the other side, so that the hooks don't get stuck as bad. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was, oh yeah, by the way, if you guys are wondering, if you get a belt, or if you order your belt from Crain, you can actually order it without the lever, and that sounds kind of funny. It costs, I think, $77 before shipping, and then depending on where you're shipping it to, it might cost a little bit more. But I ordered mine without the lever because my last belt was a chic lever belt, and that belt actually, let me adjust this real quick. That chic lever belt that I had before, that actually, it fell apart during a deadlift workout. I was pulling, and in the middle of a set, the lever just sort of shattered into like a few pieces. So I had to replace the lever. So I got this. It's upside down. This is a Titan Toro lever, and I would venture to say that this is probably the highest quality lever that you can get. I mean, if you look at the other levers, like the ones on Inzers, or even the one that comes with a regular Crain, or any other lever belt for that matter, they tend to look sort of unfinished. You can tell that they're sort of like just cast steel, and there's nothing wrong with cast steel. I'm pretty sure this is cast steel as well, but at least this is finished. Everything, like all the edges are smooth, polished out, and this is plated with, I want to say, like some kind of like nickel plate, but whatever it is, it's pretty durable. There's no sort of like rust or oxidation going on here. I've had this for a little while. And the other thing about this lever is that the action of the lever is really smooth. It doesn't get stuck on itself like some other levers do. So I really like that. And also, Titan Toro levers, I think, actually I'm relatively certain that they have a lifetime warranty. So if this ever breaks, I can send it back to Titan and they'll give me a new one. If you guys wanted to see how a lever belt works, in case you guys didn't know, got your belt, I bolted my lever on there, and then the way it works is, yeah, the lever actually bolts onto your belt, so wherever you have it adjusted to, it's kind of stuck like that unless you carry a screwdriver with you to the gym, and even then it's kind of a pain in the butt to change if you have to change it in the middle of a workout. Basically the idea is that it goes around your waist just like it normally would, and then your lever is going to go into these 4 holes. Once you have it in those 4 holes, you just pull the lever to the side, and it locks in place just like that. And the cool thing about a lever belt is that, for one thing, it's pretty secure. Like, it's not going to go anywhere during your set. But the difference between this and a prong belt is that once you're finished with your set, all you got to do is just flip the lever back the other way, and you can breathe normally again. Whereas if you use a prong belt, a lot of time when you finish your set, a lot of time when you finish your set with a prong belt, you're going to have to go walk up to the rack or have somebody help you get your belt off. And if any of you guys have been lifting for a while with a belt, you know that feeling of having a pronged belt, and when you finish your set, you're all out of breath and you feel like you're going to pass out. And that's like the worst feeling in the world, especially when you know you got to go try to like torque your belt up against the rack and try to get it off. So that's why I'm using a lever belt. I really like this combination of the Titan Toro lever with the Crain belt, although I haven't even tried it in the gym yet, so I'll let you guys know how that goes. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys that are considering getting a belt, and hopefully it'll help you break your belt in. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, but that's it for this video. Hopefully I'll have more videos to come soon when my laptop is fixed, but yeah, I'll see you guys next time.